All right. What's everybody? This is Justin for Party Rental Knowledge. If you don't know, I teach tips and tricks in the party rental industry. This is my buddy Adam, the tent guy. Introduce yourself, buddy.
Hey there, I am the tent guy. I have a YouTube channel, the tent guy and other entrepreneur stuff, and I am one of the moderators on the Facebook group Party Rental Knowledge.
Awesome. Yeah, sorry I'm a little bit late, everybody. I was running late from getting a haircut and all kinds of stuff. I got to go on a plane tomorrow.
He had to feed his face.
Yeah, I was getting smoked wings. They're actually really good. So today's video is about marketing and branding for your party rental company or party rental business. Tent company, bounce house company, foam machines, yard cards. You got to brand yourself. You got to market yourself. Nobody knows you exist. You know, you could build it, but they're not going to come if they don't know where you're at or they don't know who you are or anything like that. So put yourself out there. We'll dabble into a little bit of like SEO stuff, a little bit of Google ads, old school marketing, word of mouth marketing. We're going to try and touch everything, but do us a favor, ask questions because this is all about you. So ask questions, give us a little bit of steerage, like steer us in the right direction where you want to learn per se, but we'll take it away right here. How do you market? I know you barely do it all because you've been, how did you market when you first started? Cause you're an existing company now. So you don't like.
Exactly. So for tent companies, it's a little different. There's not as much like competition of like who's got the fanciest thing, tent's a tent. But you still need to get your name out there, especially if you are in an area with lots of competition. I was fortunate enough when I started 13, 14, 15 years ago that no one was really good at online stuff. Everyone was already like older and I was the fresh new young 23, 24-year-old coming in. And so when I did my website, my friend told me to do Google AdWords. So I did Google AdWords immediately. But more importantly, everyone out there, you're just starting a business or you currently have a business, you need to get your Google business page up immediately. You know, like when you go search for on Google for plumber near me or tent company near me, and it shows like 5 things and usually a map if you're on the computer, or it just shows a picture of their company and then that, you know, the tab for reviews and this and that. That's free. And the longer you're on there, the higher you're going to get up. And it's free. And also you can have a storefront on there. You can have every one of your items on there and put a price and give customers information all before you even get your website up. And it's free, but you have to do it right away. If you don't have your business yet, come up with your business name and do that right away, even before you get everything else rolling, because it's going to take a little while. The sooner you can get on there, the better. But so that's what I did in the beginning. I immediately did that. I was going a few years without a website, actually, because it was back 13 years ago. I was in the phone book and getting business from there. But then I eventually had to get a website because I was getting into weddings. And then from the website to Google AdWords. And then you got to make things, you have things on your pages that are going to trigger Google to like put you up there.
What year did you get your website? Did you say like, what you be like, oh, the internet's a real thing. Let me get a website.
2005 or 6 or so, something like that. It was a really bad website. I had to tell her every time I wanted just to change something. And then she would charge me because she gave me no capability to change it myself. And then I eventually got a way better website where I can go in and change things.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So you like your website is you pay for like your software and you have your own website on there and you just kind of call there and you book in your own system. It's not integrated. Where my website, you book on it and it's integrated. You can do online booking within it. Like that's kind of the difference within websites, different ways of marketing that. But you have a website. Just say you have one. You actually have a domain, a website. You want to get people to that website. What are some of the ways that you do that, Adam?
Get people to the website?
Yeah, how like I have the website on my cards, like my business cards. I have the website on the side of my truck. I'm trying to get decals, put the website on that. The website is also on all the social media accounts. When you find the social media account, then boom, it automatically has a web going to my website. And this is for all the new people watching. You can straight up just start off with a Google My Business and a Facebook. You don't need a website. if you're like, you don't need to write. Like, some people get into this business and they don't even know if they want to deal with inflatables. They don't even know if they want to deal with tents. You don't even know if you want to deal with yard cards. And you got people that want to push down a website down your throat and say, sign up with this stuff. And like, you don't even know if you like this industry. Why would you sign up right away? If you're like me personally, I've been doing this for years. I knew I'm in it for the long haul. So I bought a whole bunch of stuff the first year. So I grabbed a website because I knew that's what I'm going to be able to do eventually. It's COVID. You know what I mean? Like, it's the year of internet age. So I'm doing podcasts now, all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm definitely grabbing a website. But you can get away with a Google My Business and a Facebook. So don't let people discourage you just by doing that.
Facebook, you can also, if you don't want to make a website right away, I don't have a sheet of paper to draw on. 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. Like Google My Business. You can sit there for Google My Business and put every single product you have in there and the price for each product, then link to a page or it has the picture at the very least. So you don't need the web page. But if you had a web page, you can link it to that special web page too. But having a web page comes in handy, but you don't necessarily need one. But you need to advertise it. If you're good, you can advertise the link, and it goes to Facebook. Like, you can advertise your Facebook page.
So this is a horrible thing, but your Facebook, you can put, when you upload a picture, you bring it into an app, put your picture of the thing up there, put the name of your company, your phone number, blah 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 blah.
That's so bad.
And some info on there. So then when they're on your Facebook page, they click on that picture of the 20 by 20, and it tells you everything right there. It's not a real website, but it's going to get a lot of customers the info they need, and then they're not calling you as much. But it's like a fake website on Facebook, because Facebook won't let you put up like pricing and things like that. Or it's not that they won't let you, but it's not really designed for that. But every single one of your pictures could be like a page on your website if you're not looking to get into a website yet.
All right, so we got a tent question real quick. Do your customers ever ask you for a blackout tent? Blackout vinyl kind of means sun, like it blacks out the sun and stuff. I've never seen a black. If you're asking for a black tent, I've never really seen that asked. But Adam's the tent
guy. So no one has actually ever asked for a blackout. The vinyl's called blackout. No one's ever asked for it, but if you're going to be getting into tents, I suggest getting a blackout. It's just thicker. Basically, when there's leaf stains or bird stains on the top, you're not going to see it. The more transparent vinyl is a little bit cheaper, not a lot. It's a lot lighter though. But if some pine cones or pine needles or leaves were on there in the fall, the party before, then the next party they're going to look up and they're just going to see that. I've had people complain about it because they think the tent's dirty, and we had to go either take it down and replace it or try to clean it, which you're not going to be able to. But no one's ever asked for it. But you should definitely get blackout. If you're asking about black tents, I have seen black tents. Basically, if you're going to rent a black tent out, you're going to charge more than what you're going to buy it for, because they're like a special order thing. There was this one wedding, 60 by 100, completely black, sidewalls black, everything black. And they charge, I think, double what they actually bought it for, because it's a one and done kind of thing.
All right. So for the nerds who ask these questions, it's Jeremy Thrallkill. He did my website. This dude is the guy. If you want, I think his company is Party Rental Marketing, is the actual name of his company. Great guy. He does dumpster rental systems too. Adam's looking into getting some dumpsters from you too, Jeremy. This is the type of question that I'm learning. So how do you think Google's new update is going to affect new companies who are just starting out with their link building strategies? I guess I'm asking, what is the best strategies to get the backlinks indexed? To be honest with you, I don't even know what indexing backlinks are. Haven't gotten to that part yet. That's some SEO work, some serious stuff. That's the type of stuff that people pay you for. No, it's okay. He said he's just messing with me. But no, this is serious stuff, though. This is because this is part of the conversation. SEO, like backlinks are key. SEO gets you stuff for the future. So you need to be doing your SEO for your website once you have your website, because you pay now to be able to search for the long run and build your website over a long, big net. Think of it just like casting a huge net and being able to draw people in. Google Ads is you pay now you get a result if they click on it right then. You pay when they click on it, but it's an immediate result that you're paying for right there. That's kind of how it is, really. You're paying for now or you're paying for later. The best result is I like to pay now and reap rewards later. Like, that's over the long run. That's how SEO and Google Ads works. That's the dumbest way I could basically explain it to you. And believe me, I'm kind of dumb when it comes to that stuff, but I'm learning at a rapid rate. For somebody who didn't have a website last year, I'm doing good. But don't be afraid of going for your website either. Don't be afraid to advertise. And still, even if people hype up a website a million times, people talk. You know what I mean? So if you don't have a good business and you don't have a good reputation, boom, you're screwed. You know what I mean? So if everybody talks crap about you, you know what I mean? Nobody's going to run from you, even if you got the great SEO in the world. Like, oh, yeah, that's the crappy company.
Facebook Marketplace. There's a few 10 companies around me that use Facebook Marketplace. It's designed to sell things, but people do put the things on there for rent. The only thing is, this Clint says he's getting a lot from it, which I'm sure he is, but I'm also sure that he's getting people seeing it being like, how much are you selling it for? He's probably getting a lot of messages about people wanting to buy, because that's what Facebook Marketplace is. But you can go on there. If another company in your area sees, they can get your ad kicked off because you're really not supposed to be doing it. Mm-hmm. It's not against the law, so just do it. Craigslist. I used to do Craigslist back in the past and get people. I eventually moved away from that because Craigslist ads, those companies are kind of viewed lower tier. And once I started doing weddings and stuff, I didn't want to be on Craigslist anymore.
So, yeah, exactly. So I'm pretty sure it's Jeremy still saying it too. So me and Jeremy definitely going to take you up on that offer. I definitely asked you before. Would love to have you on and talk about SEO. Facebook bottom feeders. That's what it is. But it's not all about my way. So this is the way to look at it.
Facebook Marketplace.
They're
bottom feeders.
Yes, and Craigslist. It's the same thing. They're both bottom feeders. But the thing is, if you send, my whole thing is I try not to answer phone for the bottom feeders. If I'm going to market on Facebook, don't spend all your time trying to get the sale off Facebook. Go for the easy sale. Get the mass, get the numbers, get it in front of a lot of people there, and then boom, just keep sitting there. The only thing I really say is go check out the website. If they got a question for me, go check out the website. If it's really like in depth and I look like I might be able to get the sale, I'll maybe entertain it a little bit, but not too long. I don't let them take up my whole day. It's just website. Go check it out. You can do everything on there. Get your website out there to as many people as possible. There's good people using Facebook that are not bottom feeders that might be searching too. 90% are trash, and they might not even be the customer for you, but it's probably good branding, getting yourself out there. Oh, this guy has bounce houses. Boom. Oh, he's got foam machines too. You see him here. You see him there. I put my logo on those posts for that too, so they see that's in a company. So I get less. Oh, is this for sale? You know what I mean? Maybe the company's selling it, or maybe it's just another rental because there's a million rental companies on there. It's just a way to think. Put yourself out there. Go make signs. Like I make the rental signs. A lot of people don't like the signs for yards and stuff like that. But I only put them out when I put a water slide or a bounce house in somebody's front yard in a neighborhood I want to be in. I'll put a sign out in front right there. Once I ask, I always ask first, because they're going to stop and see the sign and see the bounce house because they're going to take a look.
I saw a post for an easy marketing. It's not no technology involved. When you're cleaning your bounce house, clean it in your front yard. If you live in a neighborhood or on a road that people drive down, just clean it as close to the road as you can, and then just have a whole bunch of business cards with you. Someone was cleaning a few of their tents in their front yard, and he ended up passing out, I think he said 150 business cards, and I think he secured like 10 or 15 orders just from cleaning those tents in his front yard. Yeah, so he's saying he uses Square to send invoices from the Facebook Marketplace. I get that. Once the people do book, I'm just saying there's probably a lot of people who just Clint, do a lot of people just message you and be like, "Yo, how much to buy that? Are you selling this? This is
I get that all the time. You know what I mean? Listen, you're doing a game that you're not supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
When you do that, so if you're you can't be like, oh, I hate dealing with the messages of people trying to buy it when you're on marketplace in a place you're supposed to be selling things and not renting things for your business. So, you know what I mean? Let's not complain or go there, in my opinion. My whole thing is use it like it is. It's not the demographic you want, but it's a very good tool if you want to snowball when you get started. I think a lot of people would start there right nowadays. If you started right today, that's probably where you'd be at. I started last year. That's where I started. It's where I'm starting with my marketing this year before I start my GMB posts and all that. Besides the SEO, I'm going hard on my SEO for my site.
Another way to use Facebook is when I have a larger warehouse now, I could lay out tents and hang tents, but when I didn't, if a tent came down soaked and it wasn't going out the next weekend, I would put on Facebook 30 by 60, half off, because then I can just set it up. I'm getting paid to set it up. I'm just setting it up because I wanted it to dry. And that happened a few times where I'd get a soaking wet tent where I didn't want to go through the hanging and laying it out or setting it up at my house. So I got paid to set it up because I put it on Facebook.
Yep. Same thing with drying tents. If you can get, you know what I mean, leave it up. If it rains on your tent, hey, can I leave it out an extra day? Why put it away? Yeah, why put it away? What, you know what I mean? It's just that's what we're here for, everybody. Those tips and tricks. Like and subscribe.
All right, so there's also Instagram too. Some areas don't support like Instagram marketing, like no one does it, and I don't know, but some other areas
in New York.
It's like in California, it's huge.
Yes.
People spend a lot of money on Instagram. Then there's boosting posts. So Facebook, I don't really do too many boosts where you pay, but like if I get a new product and I want people to know about it, I'll spend $20 to boost it for a few days, and 5,000 people end up seeing it, and then the word gets around that I have it, and then I start getting phone calls.
Yeah, I don't even like to use the word boost when I talk about Facebook. Just get that word out of your head. Go in the Google Ad Manager and manage a campaign for your ads. Do not hit boost. If it ever says boost, you already failed. Facebook's going to throw that wherever it wants. It's going to use your money how it sees fit. It's not micromanaged. It's not, you know what I mean? And here's a pro tip for marketing when you're doing your Facebook ads. If you set it to like people who like your stuff or visit your website and like your stuff, well, there's people in these communities once you post oh, hey, can everybody check out my website? Blah, blah, blah. Well, now you have a whole bunch of people liking and checking out your website. So now they're also in this industry. So you're just marketing to them out of country or out of your state. I mean, possibly out of country with the group that we have. You see what I'm saying? So if you target your demographic areas, like people in your area only, then you're not going to do that. That's the bad thing about getting likes. I like getting likes from fellow people in the industry and reviews from fellow people in the industry. I do not rely on that, but I like it as a good beef and a good boost. But you got to understand, in doing so, you are messing with certain systems because it's not just an actual clean audience. It's the same thing with YouTube. I don't sit here and try and get people like, I'm not telling you to go get your daughters and YouTube accounts like Mr. Beast and subscribe on that and go start another account and subscribe. Like, you know what I mean? That doesn't help. This is the algorithm. You want clean people who actually want what you're doing. You want people who are going to rent from you. You want people that are in your target demographic. You're not going to target a senior center for bounce houses. You don't want to target party rental companies for bounce houses. We like each other's stuff and we look at each other's stuff. So we seem like we're an interested demographic, but we're really not. We're just in the same industry. So we got a bunch of questions here. Let's get some of them. Do you give quarts or gallons for snow? I actually do. I'm going to do quarts. I think it's 25 for the quart. I may be wrong. I don't know. This is where I got to look into it because I was always giving out gallons with the companies I worked with, and that's what I did last year. But I think there's a better way of doing it, and I'm actually researching and studying this for you before I do the video. That's why I haven't done a video on snow cone machines because I want to do the numbers. I'm trying to hype up the quality on this channel. Give you guys some really good numbers and data when it comes to that, especially with different products when it comes to something like that.
No.
What do you think of mailers and door hangers?
No. So that's you casting a huge giant net, spending a whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
You're trying to get at the top of the funnel. You know, there's a marketing funnel. You're trying to catch everyone that you can everywhere. What you want to do is you want to spend your money online and Facebook and Google SEO. You want to spend the money on that. And if you don't know how to do it, pay someone to do it, because what you want is that person. You want to be there to answer the door when they call. You're paying for them. You want to spend your money to get those people to call that are looking for the thing. It's not like a restaurant where it's people are like, just like, oh, let's go to a restaurant, and they search local restaurants. They are searching for a specific thing, and it's not every single day that they're doing it or every single week. They're going to type in once a year, party rental company near me, bounce house near me. And you want to catch them immediately. Well, we lost Justin.
No, you didn't. I'm here.
No?
I'm just playing.
Okay.
I'm playing with the graphics actually and the effects.
Gotcha.
You're talking, so I figured I'd
put me bigger.
You got some emphasis on you now, brother.
I would pay for the SEO and the Google AdWords and things, because you just want to be there to answer the door, answer the phone, or better way to put it, answer the phone. That's where you want to put your money. You want to be the person that's going to show up on top, so that when someone does search for a bounce house or a tent, you just show up, and then you just got to do the easy thing of picking up the phone. You're just going to doing mailers and hangers and stuff is going to spend a lot of money to put your name out there for tons of people, and only a few of them are going to call you.
Yeah, another thing with that too is say you're doing Facebook. It's not just Facebook ads too. You could be doing retargeting. Retargeting is brand, putting your brand in front of the same person that might be interested or was interested. Once they go to your site on your website, you can have a Facebook pixel, which means they went from Facebook to your site, which means they were interested on Facebook and went to your site, so they were interested. And now when they're on Facebook, now you see the random ad. Like anybody who's been on Tent and Table's website already knows they're getting Tent and Table ads because they got their pixels on point. They got their ads on point. Same thing. You get your customer to go there. Oh, now they're starting to see your stuff all over the place. Bounce house. You know what? Hey, these people are putting a lot of money into marketing. It all looks great. Maybe I'll try them. Boom. And then maybe you get a repeat customer after the fact. So that's how marketing and branding works. So you want just putting your face everywhere, putting it out there everywhere. I like to say throw enough poop against the wall, some of it's going to stick. Next question. Not very often people want to buy Ed says bounce house rentals. Yeah, to be honest, I don't get it as often, but then there's some days it's just like, okay, why am I doing this? Facebook ad question, $100 over a week or $100 over a month, what does better? To be honest with you, I wouldn't know. That's the type of stuff that I'm learning when it comes to these ads. My whole Facebook experience has been 100% organic and free off the marketplace. I have not done any of the ads because I haven't set my pixels up. This is the stuff that I like all the things that I know and all the little tidbits when it comes to this internet stuff. A lot of it I learned recently, and I'm putting it together, like affiliate marketing, all kinds of crazy stuff. I learn it and put it together. I'm smart, so it comes together quick, but I don't want to dabble in it and mess things up myself. That's the type of stuff I would rather pay for somebody, because I can spend more of my time setting up bounce houses, cleaning my not cleaning, but running my warehouse in a clean manner and stuff like that.
That point he just made about he doesn't know all this, so he'd rather pay someone to do it. I don't know any of this, or I don't know how to build a bar from scratch. I don't know lots of things. So I know what I know. I can be out on the road. I can be on the phone and running my business and doing the things that I can do. Pay someone for the things you don't know how to do. You don't know how to do SEO. Don't waste your time trying to do it. You're not going to become a professional. You're going to suck at it.
And the people, you can learn easily how to manage and what you need to look for somebody. You don't have to know how to manage SEO, but you can literally learn how to make sure your SEO is looking good and make sure and see your graphs going up and all that. There's ways to know, you don't have to know what you're doing, but you should at least know enough not to get screwed over, if that makes sense to anybody here. That's at least my thing. I don't blindly say, hey, here's $1,000 a month, do my SEO. If I can't track it or I can't think about it or see what's going on, that's very, very risky. Same thing with trying, what I mean? Some people give some random, instead of buying a brand new bounce house for a combo or something like that for $2,500 or $2,000, they'll save $1,000 and try and not even like I'm not even talking with you can get free shipping and all those deals too and still pay shipping. Go ahead and you'll do that, and boom, they get screwed over, and they could have spent an extra grand, had a piece that would have lasted them 10 times as longer. Had the documentation for it. It would have been brand new, colorful, all that stuff, just because they wanted to save a little bit of money in the beginning to try it out. And here's the thing too: if you buy a brand new unit, if you buy it for $2,500 and you really use it a couple times and you get out of the business, you could easily sell it for $2,300. That happens all the time. But what drives me nuts is when somebody goes in here and sells a bounce house that they've been using for 5 years and try and sell it for new prices. It's like, come on. Like, don't get off over people. Like, don't get on. You know what I mean? That's different type of marketing.
Yeah, so you're going to have trouble right now. Basically, there's so many COVID test sites and COVID vaccine sites and so many restaurants. And everyone needs tents. Like right now, if you're in the tent business, you're going to be doing well because you're going to be getting so much stuff out. So yes, everything is going to be on back order because so many rental companies are trying to get equipment to handle their long-term rentals. Plus, there's all the people who rescheduled from last year. There's all the normal events that would be happening, and then people are not going to like event venues or church basements or fire halls or whatever because they're afraid that whatever state they're in, that their event could get canceled literally the day before because some new rule gets changed. So people that wouldn't normally be having that kind of are normally not be in a tent. They would be in an event venue or something similar. They're going to tents. So it's basically triple the volume this year. So yes, everyone's backed up. You're going to waste more time trying to find somewhere to buy the thing from because everyone's backed up. You should just buy it.
Same thing with water slides and all these inflatables. A lot of these companies are backed up. Like if you didn't order a couple months ago, you better just go ahead and do it now. And maybe you'll get something in May. Or you're picking from in-stock items that nobody else wanted because all the stuff that was in stock is not in stock anymore. It's really, really good.
So I do know a company who's only backed up by 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. They said Tent Renter Supply in Florida. He's actually from my town. I didn't know that till I talked to him. But he's weird. He's in Florida. He knew exactly everything I was talking about. I was like, this is crazy. You're in Florida and you own a tent manufacturer. But Tent Renter Supply in Florida, they're about 3 weeks behind. But the more you guys call, the more they're going to get behind. But definitely give Tent Renter Supply in Florida a call. Please let them know that I sent you. I don't get any money from it or anything, but maybe in the future I can get a discount or something.
Here we got the question. How much are you paying for your monthly SEO work, Google ad work? I'll answer this one. So me personally, I'm paying $750 a month because I'm serious. And then here's the thing. You pay that now, and you probably won't have to pay that forever. Pay that for a year and a half, depending on your market too. Once you're at the top of your market and you got all these things everywhere, you could drop that down to $250, $300 a month, and just leverage it. You just go ahead and you don't need to be spending all that crazy amount of money. You know what I mean? I'm losing my train of thought. You don't have to spend all that money after a certain point because there's only so much you could really do. There's only so many links and so many pictures. When they're doing a lot of constant new stuff and you have a huge company, you might still be paying a lot of money in SEO. But the thing is, you might have $1 million company or a $5 million company. So that's my little rant there.
Me personally, most months it's about $30 a month on Google AdWords. Then it rises up to $60 in the summer. And then there's like two months that are like really big where it's like 2 months before fall wedding season. We're paying like $80 to $100. SEO, I do nothing because I've had my website for so long. I learned one thing here, I learned one thing here, and I implemented that. I didn't ever become a professional at it, but if I was only learning like one trick, I could read up on that and do that.
Your word of mouth in your market trumps anything right now because you've been around for so long, and their other companies don't do any website work really whatsoever. So it's not really hard to surpass them on Google either.
Yeah, I am the outside case, guys. Like I said, when I got into the event space, everyone who owned a company was a little older, and they weren't into what some of these companies only got a website 2 years ago, and it's a crappy website. So I was the young one. I got on a website. None of my competitors really have it. There's a few that do, but they're like part-time dudes, so they don't put a lot of money into it. I'm the outside case. I don't have to spend on SEO and stuff. But I did implement most of the SEO things that most of your people are going to do. Like there's one trick. When there's tabs open on your computer and you hover over it, and then it can say a little bit more information. Like my company, so let's just call my company XYZ. Most of you probably know my company name, but I don't like saying it all the time. So XYZ Tents and Events. If I have a tab or a thing for tables, it'll be I'll change it up there. What you'll only see is XYZ company. But then if you hover over it, you'll see more. It'll say tables, serving such and such area, blah, 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 blah. It'll have a bunch of things that I'm trying to target. It's not seen. And
The metadata.
Yeah, like when you're on YouTube, it'll just say YouTube. But if you hover over it, it's going to say like a lot longer stuff. Or just go to like a plumbing company near you. Maybe not plumbers. Go to, just next time you're on a website, just hover over the tab and you'll see more information than showing you.
To answer this question, my guy doesn't want me to say his name publicly yet.
Okay. So hey, Tent TX Event Rentals. I told you who to go to. They specialize in tents. Recipe, Jim from Recipe. Go to him. Just check him out. He specializes in tents, and you know someone too, Event Hawk, right?
Oh, there's Event Hawk, Tariq. There's David Duthu. He's awesome. There's Jeremy Thrallkill. He's awesome. There's a few other people. They like some of them are kind of recluse. You gotta actually, you know what I mean.
But Jim from Recipe,
Jason in Florida, I think, is taking clients too. Sorry.
He tried bounce house people before. So if you're a bounce house guy, he's done bounce houses, but what he really specializes in is tent companies, and that's it.
Got a piece of hair in my eye.
Call Jim from Recipe. I talk to him all the time. Let him know I sent you. But
yeah, it's interesting. So you got business card. Like actually, I had the magnets. We were talking about wraps earlier today too for marketing. I am thinking about getting a wrap for my trailer, even if I'm going to sell it. I just peel it off.
I mean, even if they don't like do that much business, but like, so here's the thing. If you are somewhere and someone sees it, they can take a picture of it. Like on our shirts, we have all our information. On the back, it's a big graphic, big website, big phone number. And for any one of my employees is out who doesn't have a business card on them, he just turns around and says, take a picture of my shirt. And then people do. Same thing with your trailer. Someone can be out and like take a picture of it and call later. I like wraps because it makes everything look more professional, more cool. You feel more pride in your thing. And yes, you're going to get phone calls from it.
The guy that was talking about wraps this morning was saying that he got a phone call saying, hey, are these guys from you picking up this bounce house? Just making sure these people are from your company because they didn't have a wrap on it. The truck that you brought had a wrap, but this truck doesn't. It's just a white van. Just making sure nobody's just taking your inflatables. You know what I mean? So just having that, and it's just an opportunity for branding. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna see. I'm really interested in branding. I really like branding. I really like marketing. So having the YouTube channel, you can really see some of the things that I'm gonna do this year. I have like 10 things that I can say right now that would probably blow your mind. Adam wants me to like say some of them. I'm just like, no, I'm gonna let you guys wait. Next week, I have something crazy coming for everybody. The eight people watching this right now. Now there's 7 people. Listen, you're 34 minutes in. I'll tell you a little secret. It's Willy Wonka style stuff. It's gonna be crazy. Like it's just big. It's a big prize.
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know what else. Like it's just gonna be awesome. I'm trying to do more of it. Like listen, I'm hyped. I'm hyped for the value that it's gonna bring everybody to. Really, that's the cool thing.
You guys know what it is? It's a reach around.
You know, you're horrible.
Yeah,
Can't wait till I can do it on your channel, man.
I'm messing up your YouTube No, they don't.
Yeah. Now everybody's just gonna. Now I'm canceled. Cancel culture. It's over now.
No, I'm canceled. But anyways, back on to wrapping and painting your vehicle. There's this one company, I forget where they're out of. They paint every single vehicle hot pink, so that's their company. When you just driving down the road, just some random person, they see a hot pink vehicle, they're gonna remember that it's hot pink with their logo and stuff all over it. They're gonna remember that, and when they see them out, they're gonna, or when they think about having a party, they're gonna remember that hot pink vehicle. It was genius of them.
Yeah, it's funny. Hot pink.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. I'm trying to think. What other type of marketing strategies do we have? Everybody interested in T-shirts? We got a T-shirt guy in a group too that actually posted a video of the T-shirts. He's saying somebody posts on there that they give free T-shirts to the kids. They wear them to school. It's wild. To the birthday girl and boy, they do that. They that's kind of like the T-shirt idea is really a really good idea. And then he showed you an extra way of printing your own T-shirts with a screen with like the iron press. He was showing that, and that if you want to do a bunch of shirts for your employees, but also be able to do something to give away, it's a very cost-effective way of doing things. You could probably even order things like I'm wild. I would even order 100 sheets for like maybe a company picnic and do the shirts myself, and then be able to, hey, here's I can do all the shirts for your field day or for your camp day. You know what I mean? Camp day 2021, blah blah blah, or you know what I mean? There's multiple options you can do for marketing that's long-term effect that lasts after the event. Branding. It's a lot of it's about the experience. Like, are your company just bringing bounce houses, cleaning bounce houses? Are you just a bounce house company, or are you an entertainment company? Are you an event company? Like, I've been watching a lot of stuff about Walt Disney lately. Yeah, that dude was an entertainer to his core. He's one of the greatest showmen that's probably ever lived. Seriously, he's that. You know what I mean? Are you Walt Disney level? Everybody, like, there's Disney inflatables. Everybody wants to buy a Disney banner. But do you want to give? You're not giving Disney level of service. Like, you're getting mad that you got to clean a bounce house. How many times do you think they clean those rides a day during COVID?
Right. Yo, not to jump in on you, I should have said it in the beginning. I got an Aztec representative coming on my live stream at 9:30. We're going to talk about Aztec tents. I buy all my big tents from Aztec. So we're going to talk about their different styles and their mission statement and stuff like that. So anyone who's got questions about Aztec tents, jump on over, ask your questions. His name's Mike. He's going to be able to answer them. And then don't sleep on business cards, guys, because when you're at a house, you can give 5 business cards. Don't just give 1, give 5.
I do 3. You do 5? I think 5's aggressive.
They're so cheap. Like,
they're very cheap, but I think 3's the magic number in my opinion. Unless if the party's packed, I'll freaking go out and hand one every mom.
I'm not there when the party's happening. I just grab
I normally come to ruin the party.
I just grab a bunch. Yeah, bounce out. Yeah, people
that's what I'm saying.
Get mad at you.
But there's a bunch of people. Listen, you paid for what it is. Here I am to take it. It's kind of the way. I'm like, listen, they wanted me to come get this. That's all I'll say to people. Oh, you're taking it away? I'm like, listen, they wanted you to leave. They made me come here right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just it's getting late or whatever. Like,
so I just grab like a bunch. I don't like count them out. I just grab them and give them to them, and then that's where you get like a lot of customers. I'd say sometimes even more than what you're getting from the website. Every single year I'm getting repeat customers. Every single year. I mean, this week we got like 20, 30 people who booked who said, hey, your tent was at such and such place, and they gave me your number.
That's what's cool too about having a rental program on your website is you can tell what customers are actually repeat customers and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's, you know what I mean? They're are you at that level? Do you want to, are you going to be in business next year? Do you need to know if you have repeat customers?
Right.
And so, you know what I mean? I've been getting a lot of pushback a little bit lately about how many people are pushing software down here. So here's my little pushback to being everybody pushing back. You really don't need software if you really don't want it. But everybody asks about it because it's 2021 and people like online websites and online booking's a thing. And you know what I mean? I even try to convince Adam to do online booking for things. He's got online booking for his Airbnb.
I can't online book, dude. The customers don't know. They have no idea what they need. If someone's just calling for a bounce house, a popcorn machine, and this and that, I don't have that stuff. Like they can't. They don't even know what goes in a 20 by 20.
I feel like you could have some things on there. Like, why can't somebody online book customer pickups?
Because we hate customer pickups.
Well, that's another thing too. That's another thing I want to talk about. That's one of the reasons I wanted you to have you on tonight. You don't have to market everything if you don't want to be busy. Like, if for a certain point, you know what I mean? You can go ahead right now and double your business, triple your business if you market it, right? You know what I mean? But you don't want to grow your company 3 times. Like, you have pretty much all your weekends almost booked for the year, and you could totally buy another 40 by 100 and just start a whole other, you know what I mean? Maybe even buy a whole other truck. If you really wanted to, you could totally do that, right?
Yeah, especially this year, maybe other years. Yeah, I could get maybe 4 or 5 times the size I am. But do I want to? Do I want 5 crews? Do I want to buy a $500,000 or not $500,000? Do I want to buy a $1.5 million warehouse? Do I want that much overhead? My friend who makes $6 million a year said, if he makes another $1 million a year, he doesn't see any more profit. He needs to really make another $6 million a year in order to start seeing profit. Like, at some point, the growth and the profit don't align up. Like, your company could be making $7 million, but you could be basically profiting the same amount as someone who's making $4 million. You really got to get into that double-digit territory to start seeing your profit actually increase. So no, I'm good where I'm at, but I do spend money on Google AdWords because I want options. That's one thing. Like, if someone calls and they're going to be at this really nasty location or really far away, I want to be able to say no. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say no, we don't like your location. I'm going to say it in some nice way, like, oh, I'm sorry, we're booked up. I'm going to say no to that job because I know, because I'm doing Google AdWords, that someone else is going to call for that same exact time. That's closer to me. That's at a better location. That's nicer people or whatever. So I'm paying $30 to $100 a month, basically, so that I can say no to the people I don't want to do stuff for and say yes to the easier, more profitable jobs.
And that goes back into what I was saying before. You know what I mean? If you put yourself in front of 1,000 people, 100 are going to hit you up. Okay? So if you put yourself in front of 10,000 people, you got 1,000 people hitting you up. So if you can only take 100 people, do you want to be trying to pick through the 100 people, or would you rather pick 100 people through the 1,000 and pick the best 100 who's got the most money, nice houses, no dog poop in their yards? You know what I mean? Like, it's just your customer base. Where are you at? Are you lowballing our marketplace for $50 less than your competitors? Or are you just aware and on there? Are you on there just to kind of have a presence? What up, brother?
That's it, bro. I'm dropping out of some dinner. You know what I'm saying? Boys.
That's actually my really good friend. That's my old roommate right there. You're on live.
What up?
That's actually yeah, he was actually bringing me some food. I was supposed to go meet him for dinner. But no, I used to live with him and all that. It's funny.
I'll talk to you later, bro.
I'll see you, brother. I left my door open for him. Last time he did that, he was really quiet.
Right. So basically, if you're at capacity like I am, I'm not really at capacity. You're at where you want to be, and you feel like marketing is dumb. I get phone calls all the time. Blah blah blah. Think of it as you're just marketing to get that better person. And that sounds horrible, but there's definitely jobs you don't want to do. You don't want to do the dog poop yard.
If you're not in the Facebook group, Party Rental Knowledge Group, you need to be in there. It's a place for knowledge, obviously, learning, sharing all kinds of different things in the party rental industry: bounce houses, tents, yard cards, foam machines, movie screens, all kinds of crazy stuff. But lost my train of thought. What was
I got a Facebook group. I kind of slept on it. I forgot about it. What's it called? It's called Barn
Venue. You don't even know what your Facebook group name is. Now I gotta look it up.
Barn Venue Owners.
Barn Venue Owners Group.
Yeah, Barn Venue Owners Group. It's basically for anyone who owns or wants to get into the barn venue stuff. I mean, not a lot's happening on there. I don't really do much on there yet, but I gotta give it a few months. We'll start talking about rustic and barn venues.
You just needs me to start marketing for it, really. But no, I'm just kidding. Seriously, no. If you're in that group, you see a lot of things happen. Like you see customers bring, you know what I mean, or party rental people. They'll bring a problem there. Like, oh, this customer, just the craziest stories, the craziest low balls. You know what I mean? People vent in there, and that's a place. Go ahead, please vent in there. Share your funny memes. I love that stuff too. Like, oh my God, somebody actually put a picture of Biden going up, like falling up the stairs. It was a video of him going up the water slide. Hilarious. Like, just like it's a group for fun, but it's also a group for learning and coming together. There's also, listen, and I'm going to address some problems here too. There's a lot of people complaining that there's people saying some negative things to them. There's people complaining that they're not giving out the best advice, or they're, you know what I mean, or they're being a smart butt or whatever. I didn't create the group to fix the internet. I created the group to try and help everybody. If anybody actually starts cussing somebody out, starts talking about their race or gender or ethnicity or religion, or you know what I mean, I'm not dealing with any of that. That's an immediate boot. You're gone. But if you know what I mean, he was mean to me. He said something I didn't like. I don't agree with that. You know what I mean? I've had full on debates that I probably should have deleted, and I left them up because I want people to see them, because I don't think that people have the right to say certain things and then suddenly delete it and it's gone like it never was said. I want to keep this like a public room, like we're all here in person. Some of us will go see each other at conferences later. Like we're going to see each other in person. So don't be friends, be friendly, help each other out. That's what this group is for. It's not for all that drama.
If I ever see you in person, Justin, if I ever see you in person, I'm going to tackle you.
You're going to fall to the ground trying to tackle me.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Like, I got to come get that dance floor, actually, so you'll be seeing me soon.
You're right. I forgot about that. I forgot to count.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you count those pieces? Yeah.
No, I forgot about it. Yeah. I got a lot going on.
We both do. It's crazy. I'm going to Utah to see Bob Sparkles and go do some crazy stuff, actually. I got some fun stuff. I don't know. I'm going to say anything about it anymore, but there's some stuff going on over there, and probably do some footage while I'm there as well. But we haven't got any questions in a while. I guess everybody's just wanting to hear us talk. So we're going to cut the screen. Like and subscribe, everybody. Screen.
Aztec Tents. 9:30.
Yeah. 9:30. Watch his show. How about this too? Leave me leave me like some comments and some stuff. I really want to know, like, do you guys like this being the after party? I say it sometimes. I don't say it too often. Like, I'm trying to get a good name for this show. Like the after party on Tuesdays, Tuesday after parties. That's the type, like, I'm trying to, you know what I mean? I like calling you guys the party population when I'm doing stuff like in these streams. It's like, it's cool, my party people. Like, but I don't know. I want some more feedback from you, more videos. What do you want? Like, I do this for you guys. I don't like, I do this kind of like to talk too, but I do this for you guys.
You love to talk. You love to talk.
So, and in the stream, like and subscribe. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.